This is my review of chapter 65 of the Bleach manga. Renji is questioning something that Byakuya has told him. Byakuya tells him that Rukia's death will be in 25 days. Renji can't believe it. The cover is of Renji wearing like this trench coat. He's smoking and he has like a do-rag or something on his head. It kind of looks like a beanie, but it's like hollow on top and his hair sticking out of it. So I thought it might be a fucking do-rag. I don't know. But Renji tries to be optimistic to keep Rukia happy and tells her not to be sad, that they might still change their minds. And then Rukia reveals that it's the Central 46 who made the decision and they never changed their minds. It can't be overturned. There's nothing they can do. She's absolutely going to die and she didn't have hope anyways. And then she teases Renji and says that she's not really sad and makes fun of his eyebrows and stuff and pisses him off, and he runs off saying, "Oh, I'm glad you'll die." But obviously they're both just upset. And Renji wonders if Byakuya will really allow Rukia to be executed. Byakuya is walking away and he's told that he's acting really calm for his sister being sentenced to death. That he's an example to all Shinigami for what they should strive to be. He addresses that there are two other captains there and wonders what business they have with him. One of them talks to the other one and says that only he and the ninth captain fear death. And then we finally get to see them, and they are Gin Ichimaru and Kenpachi Zaraki. Gin is the captain of the 3rd Division, one of the most powerful captains, and then Kenpachi is the captain of the 11th Division, and not one of the weaker captains, but on like the lower half of the ladder. Gin says that he thought Byakuya would be sad since his sister is about to die, but Kenpachi thinks that the blood of a criminal would only sully his family's reputation, so there's nothing to be sad about. Byakuya says that he's surprised that Kenpachi knows anything about nobility, and Kenpachi says that he's always observed people. And he even offers to behead Rukia for Byakuya if he wants. But Byakuya says that he doesn't think that Kenpachi has the skill for it. Kenpachi asks if he wants to test him, and then Byakuya asks him if he wants to be tested. And then immediately Kenpachi's gone, and we see that Gin has him tied up, and he's running off with him. Gin apologizes. He didn't want to cause any issues. Kenpachi's telling him to let him go so he can cut him. They run off. And then we cut back to Ichigo and the whole situation. Tasai crawls out of his hole. Jinta asks him if he's alright, and he says his glasses got messed up, and Jinta tells him to watch carefully because Kisuke has drawn his sword. Ichigo and Kisuke fight a bit. Ichigo starts running away from him. And then Ichigo thinks that Kisuke pulled a sword out of a cane. There's no way it can be a Zanpakuto, and therefore it can't cut him. And as he turns around, Kisuke immediately cuts him across the chest, face, knocks the rest of his mask off. And Kisuke kind of predicts that Ichigo thought that his sword wasn't a Zanpakuto, but he reveals that it is in fact a Zanpakuto, and its name is Benihime, and in it transforms into a Chikai state. And then the corners of Keigo playing a video game in front of his sister or mother or something. I think it's his sister. So yeah, now we're fully getting into this whole side arc. We're meeting the other captains. We're starting to get some training. Proper training between Ichigo and Kisuke. Bleach starting to pick up. What the fuck? Yeah. Fuck me up. Oh, I wanted to expand on that. It says a lot about Rukia's character that she's trying to always make other people laugh and shit so that they don't feel bad for her. It's very subtle writing, and it shows that Kupo's a better writer than he gets credit for. And I'm always going to bring it up because Kupo gets a lot of shit. And he's not as bad as other people think. Uh, every mangaka has like weaker points and stronger points, and every writer does. But Kubo gets like a lot of shit. A lot of people say that he just does fights and he can't write anything else, and that's just not true. He's able to make emotionally complex characters. And Rukia always, making someone snap so that they don't have to feel sad. This is an example of that. Unlike with Renji, Kubo seems to have everyone else's personalities pretty much figured out. I mean, Kampachi's berserker stuff is already on display. He talks um, a little more proper, perhaps, than he does later on. But then again, I've never read the manga or watched the sub anime, so I don't know. Maybe he's always written like that in the manga. And then Geen, obviously, when he's leaving, he says, "Give regards to your sister," and he's drawn in kind of like that evil gaze, so there's the underlying darkness with him and stuff. So he clearly already had a pretty good idea on where a lot of these characters were going to go. Byakuya has been the same stoic person and ever since it started. The only thing that's weird is Geen tying Kenpachi up. That's just like Ichigo breaking off Tisai's Bakudo. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but at the same time, it was used for a gag, so I can't fucking hold that against Kubo, really. And the next chapter review, I'll probably just say that I wish we got more fighting between Ichigo and Benhime. That's it for 65.